I believe that every person in this world has been gifted with unique talents, skills, and potential. Sometimes it's just a matter of being exposed to the correct information and being given the correct guidance that allows one to truly unlock their potential. Invest in a coach. Hi, my name is Arjun Chaudhary and welcome to Mission Happiness Christmas Special. Today we have a very special guest amongst us, the person who's had the most positive impact on my life, my coach, Mr. Fong Chua.
Hello.
Now, I met Fong a few years ago when I joined a public speaking club which he was also a part of. Fong's been my coach for about a year and a half now, and ever since I've started to utilize his coaching services, only good things have happened in my life. Thank you for joining us today, Fong.
Happy to be here.
So, Fong, could you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Well, I'm a business and life strategist. I'm an author, I'm a speaker, I am a real estate investor, and I just love helping people unlock their potentials and release their inner champion. It's one of those things that is so fun to do, to see people grow, to see people achieve success that they never dreamed of, and also challenge them to meet goals that they never even dreamed of doing. So that's what I do, and it's something I truly have passion on because I love adding value. I love impacting people as much as I can. And just a few years ago, I was an engineer, and I felt that I had so much more to give, so much more to offer. And that's when I decided to get into real estate, get into business, get into understanding more about how the real world works when it comes to marketing, branding, and just coaching. So that's something that I've put a lot of time into and something I absolutely love doing.
Okay, thank you, Fong. Now, when the word coach is used, people typically think of a sports coach, such as that of a hockey team or of a soccer team. Now, could you expand on what your coaching expertise is and why is it important for everyone to have a coach?
Well, yeah, that's very true. Like when we talk about coach, and for myself, I had the same thoughts too. Once I heard coach, I'm like, oh, it must be a sports team, or it must be something with athletics or competition, something like that. But then you realize when you really, really think about it, from the very beginning of time, we've all been coached. We've all been mentored or taught by somebody at some point in time. And as of right now, you're probably being coached by your parents or your supervisor, and you just don't know about it. And the only difference is you're not calling them a coach. But once you have a coach in any aspect of your life, I recommend having a coach in all aspects, whether it's your nutrition, your health, your business, relationships, speaking, financial, whatever it is. There's always somebody out there who is more of an expert in that area, or somebody that out there that you want to become, you want to learn from or learn about. And every time you ask those people certain questions, basically that's coaching. They hold you accountable, they challenge you, they try and get you to reach certain goals, and that's what coaching is all about. And when it comes to coaching, it's one of those things that most people don't understand why they need it until you talk to somebody who's either doing it or being coached. And once that happens, they realize what they're missing. They realize that, you know what, they've actually been getting coached anyways, but they're not getting that top elite type of coaching or that consistent coaching that allows them to be accountable and allows them to actually meet challenges that they never dreamed of.
Okay, thank you for that, Fong. Now, as my coach, I know you inspired and challenged me to do things that I never imagined I could do, such as singing with a live band, Celine Dion's My Heart Will Go, in front of hundreds of people. You encouraged me to start my weekly video series, and that's how Mission Happiness was born. And lastly, you encouraged me to write my very first book, and I'm very excited to announce that I'll be launching my very first book in the new year, and my business and my website. So what are some of the strategies that you use to get the best out of your clients?
Well, one of the first things I do is really try to understand where my client's coming from. Why do they want to do what they do? Why are they trying to achieve the success that they are seeking? And then what are the challenges that they are facing? Once I understand that, I'm able to relate that back to my own personal story. Where did I come from? How do I overcome those challenges? Because every person who's successful has gone through challenges, has overcome adversity, has overcome challenges and barriers and obstacles. What you name it, successful people has gone through it. Everybody is successful to a certain degree. People watching right now are successful in what they're doing. They also went through lots of trials and tribulations. So for myself, when I understand what their challenges are, what my clients' problems are, then I could take that, see how that relates to myself and my own personal story, and ask myself, how do I get past that? And then at the same time, ask myself, what did my own coach tell me? and how do I apply what my own coach has taught me, or how did they give me advice, what advice they gave me, and how did I implement that. Then I could relay that back to my client, back to my customers or my students, and go, okay, if you look at it this way, it might be easier. If you see it from this perspective, does it make a difference? If you have a different mindset or a different perspective, does that change your way of looking at things? Just a simple thing of waking up in the morning. People wake up in the morning to alarm clocks, and they wake up very upset, or they wake up very negative. Well, that's because alarm clocks are negative. Fire alarms, burglar alarms, all those things give you the mindset of, oh, this is not something I want to hear. But what if you listen to something that's very encouraging, very motivational every single time you wake up? Well, that's just a very simple thing that you can change, but the mindset's completely different. So when I'm able to talk to my clients and go, hey, think about it this way, or look at it from this perspective, does it get easier? Just like writing a book. Lots of people go, oh, how do I write a book? I can't write a book. Well, I've asked those same questions. And it was my coach that then told me, why don't you just look at it from one chapter at a time, or one small speech at a time? You've done speeches. You could do 5-10 minute speeches, no problem. So what's stopping you from doing 10 speeches? Well, there's 10 chapters. It's no different than running a marathon. How do you do that? By running 1 kilometer at a time, 1 mile at a time. As the saying goes, how do you eat an elephant? 1 bite at a time. So by being able to relate to my clients and my customers, they're able to see, hey, it's not as hard as I thought it would be, and therefore they're able to achieve more success.
Oh, okay. Thanks, Fong. And one last question, how is coaching tied to happiness?
Well, coaching is tied to happiness because from a coach perspective, if I'm able to get people to achieve results that they've never dreamed of, able to write books, go up on stage, sing, whatever it is that they never thought they could be doing, and they're happy because they achieved it, that makes me feel good. Because I can see growth. It's no different than parents seeing their kids go up on stage and sing for the first time, or parents having their kids finishing a test and getting an A. They feel proud of their kids. And same thing, I'm proud of my clients when they achieve success. That makes me feel good. And for them to sometimes come back and go, thank you so much for opening up a whole new world that I've never even imagined, that makes me feel good too. And from a person who's being coached, well, they're achieving success that they never dreamed of. And therefore, when they are getting to that position, they're more confident, they're more successful, and when you get more successful and more confident with your own being, and you understand what you can actually do in the world, then you feel great, you feel powerful. Then you take that whole experience of gaining that confidence and you apply it to something else that's challenging you. You know you can get through it because you've got experience getting through something else. And you keep on building and building and building, and then in the end, guess what? You start coaching other people. So it's a forever going process where a person who's coaching gets coached and then coaches somebody else, and you can always learn from teaching, and you can always learn from somebody else who's teaching you. So it's a great thing because in the end, everybody's happy. So it's very important, I think.
Well said. Now, thank you very much for your time today, Fong. I really appreciate it. Should our viewers like to get in touch with you, what's the best way?
Well, you can find me on my YouTube channel. Subscribe there at Your Area TV. And then I'm also on Facebook. You can find me there. My website is yourarea.ca. And also, you can find me on meetfongchua.com.
Thank you. So go ahead and invest in a coach to unlock your potential. So Mission Happiness will be on a holiday break for the next 2 weeks, and we'll be back in the new year 2020 on January 8th with a new challenge all the way from the state of Florida, USA. Until then, it's wishing you and your family a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year from both Fong and I. Remember, happiness is the key to success. I'll talk to you soon.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.